set by the Parade's Commission. Police had to use water cannon on nationalist rioters following the parade by a group of 24 Orangemen along the Ardoyne interface. It was used several times to drive back a small group of people throwing stones and other missiles. Well, our Home Affairs correspondent Vincent Kearney has more now. He joins us now on the telephone. What's the latest there, Vincent?
Well, sir, the atmosphere here considerably more tense than it was earlier this afternoon. What happened in the last 15 minutes or so is that a residents' organisation, the Greater Ardoyne Residents Collective, was allowed to have a parade down the Crumlin Road past the Ardoyne shops. Now, they passed very close proximity to a group of a couple of hundred loyalist supporters at the end of Tudell Avenue. As the two groups got very close together, there was a lot of catcalling, a lot of verbal abuse, and then a number of missiles were fired. It appeared that missiles were certainly fired by a small number of those taking part in the nationalist protest parade. Some missiles were then thrown back from the loyalist side. The number of missiles then increased. We had some bricks, bits of wood, golf balls, bottles were thrown between the crowds and also at the police. At one point, the nationalist parade stopped briefly at the roundabout, so they were facing off to the loyalists with lines of police Land Rovers in between. Police officers with riot shields moved in very quickly to push them back and separate the crowd. Now, the crowds have now been separated. That parade by guard has ended. There's still a bit of a tense standoff. We have several rows of police officers standing across the Crumlin Road with riot shields, obviously anticipating some further trouble.
So we'll leave it there. Vincent Kearney from Ardoyne.
Well, earlier in the afternoon, Orangemen, escorted by police, walked without incident past the Ardoyne shops on their return parade. The Parade's Commission had set them a deadline, and in order to comply, they left the main 12th demonstration early by bus. Julian O'Neill reports.
Loud applause from loyalist supporters greeted the Orangemen as they arrived at the Ardoyne flashpoint. It was 10 minutes to the 4 p.m. deadline. There were less than 20 men taking part, and they were outnumbered by their police escort as they walked a return journey to North Belfast.
They went out this morning, they've had their celebrations, they've had their culture, they've had religious services, they've met friends that they haven't seen for many years, they've had a good day of it. Why would you insist to come back and then walk through what is clearly, whatever angle you come at this, a contentious parade?
Only a token number of Orangemen were taking part in this return leg. In order to get here by 4 o'clock, they had been bussed to Ardoyne from the 12th demonstration field, 6 miles away, where news of their journey had been announced.
Today, brethren will walk the return route along the Crumlin Road. We will do so, as always, in a dignified manner and in a context that offers no threat of violence from this community.
The march passed without any trouble, but no side saw this as a blueprint for future parades. The First Minister gave his reaction in Enniskillen.
I think the Orange institution have had to make the best they can with the hand that they have been dealt. It doesn't resolve the issue. To have the kind of restrictions that were placed on that parade is quite unsatisfactory and indeed inane.
Within minutes, it was all over as a welcoming party of several hundred people cheered the Orangemen home. But just 100 metres away, the animosity remained, along with the police operation. Julian O'Neill, BBC Newsline, Ardoyne.